And last, students stood up in silence. So these are the 5 examples of alliteration. Students stood up in silence. Alliteration means you are using the same tone of voice again and again to create an impact, to create an effect, so that the readers are easily satisfied, and they are very happy to read. The tornado tossed the truck onto the tree. The queen quickly and quietly threw the quilt. The 4 friends finished the Friday test. Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, ran across the road. Students stood up in silence. I will be giving you homework. You will be writing 5 more examples of alliteration, onomatopoeia, and the third, which I am going to start today, is personification. Okay, the third thing which we are going to do today, the third literary term, this is personification. This is going to improve your presentation so that whatever you compose, your composition becomes very nice. The third is personification. In this, a non-living object is compared to a living one. A non-living object is compared to a living one. I am going to give you certain examples, and I am going to write down one very beautiful poem about the daffodils by William Wordsworth. Example. And you are going to write another one after searching Google or whatever you wish, any search engine. Write down, I wandered lonely. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills. When all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils. Beautiful poem. As you grow up in 10, you have to read, maybe in 9 also you have to read. Beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing, in the breeze. Okay, so the poet loves nature very much, and once he was in the lap of Mother Nature, he was very lonely as a cloud. Beautiful. This is personification. It floats on high vales, that floats on high over the vales and hills. When all at once he saw a host of golden daffodils. Beside the lake, beneath the tree, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. Daffodils are flowers, of course. Of course, here you may say that flower is a living thing. But generally, this personification is used to give more meaning to the subject, and here daffodils are compared to human beings. They are dancing like human beings, they are flowing, they are fluttering, and they are beautifully appealing the passerbys. So what you have to do is, your homework is, you will write down another 5 examples of personifications. And now I hope this you have written. And now at last today we will discuss oxymoron. That is very important. You will be reading all these things when you do MA in English, but the level of difficulty will rise. Okay? But then you have to get acquainted with all these terms. Oxymorons. Exactly opposite. Exactly opposite meaning words joined together. Exactly opposite meaning. I'll give you one example. There was a thunderous silence. Thunder and silence. There was a thunderous silence in class when the principal entered. See, these two words are exactly opposite to each other, but they are used to create a beautiful impact. There was a thunderous silence. It means pin drop silence. Number B. All politicians agree to disagree. See, these two are completely different words, agree and disagree, but they are used here as an oxymoron. The volunteers are working for the NGO. Let me tell you, children, volunteers are those people who do work all by themselves. That is selfless work. They don't work, they just try to create an impact in the society. They just try to help flood victims or earthquake victims. They are doing it selflessly. They don't work, they do something. But here, volunteers are working. Volunteers are working. Number D, the reporters are reporting old news again and again. Old news is being reported again and again. And number D, the scientist was asked to give his unbiased opinion. My goodness, if you are giving an opinion, that opinion will be for someone XYZ, but here the scientist was asked to give his unbiased opinion. So these two are completely different words with different meanings, but still they are used to create an impact so that the reader becomes very happy and the reader really likes the work of the writer. So these are some of the examples of oxymorons. Thunderous silence, agree to disagree, volunteers are working, and old news again and again, unbiased opinion. Okay. Now your homework, class 9, will be, you will write down 5 examples of your own on alliteration, oxymorons, personifications and onomatopoeia. Okay. So today we discussed these four literary figures, and you have to give 5 examples on your own on oxymorons, alliteration, and then personification, and then onomatopoeia. Is it clear to all of you? That is going to be your homework, and you will be doing grid writing, and you will also be doing the questions which I gave you on the basis of the unseen passage which I told you in the last period. Okay. And when we meet again, we will see that we go ahead with our syllabus. Thank you very much.